The HTML interactivity function gives users the ability to customize the way they view graphs and charts once they've executed the report. I can set up filters and sorts for my chart or graph going into the design view, selecting report options, and when I get down to the options section, I'll select HTML. Here, if I click on my filters, I can then take a filter that I have existing or add filters if I need to, and I can create operators that will allow me to select specific data or change the data I'm viewing once I've executed the report. So rather than having to preview a report, come back into the edit view, make changes, re-execute through the database, I can simply view my report and make changes in that executed view. So here you can see for lot code, I've selected multiple choice, so I can select multiple lots or specific lots that I want to view. And I did the same for car make. You do have other options or operators. You could select a single choice. So let's change this and we'll do single choice for this. You also have range slider and single slider, which work great when you're dealing with date ranges and monetary amounts. So I'm gonna change this to single choice. And users also have the ability to check this box to display the filter panel every time the report is executed. I'm gonna leave that unchecked. I'm going to click OK, and I will save my changes, and I'll preview this report. So when I preview this graph, it's going to come over initially as it's filtered in the system. So here's my graph, here's my information that I'm looking for, the number of sales per car make per lot. To the left of this chart, you'll see I have these 4 dots here, and if I click those, it expands the filter panel. I can change my sort order for the report if I need to, or I can use those filters that I created in the HTML section of the report options, and I can select specific lots. So the system will generate then a view of this report for just those selected lots. And I could select one single car make. So if I wanted to compare how many Chevrolets each one of these lots sold, I could just select that single car make and I would get my results. If I don't want that view anymore, I can simply remove that filter and the report will go back to the view it showed previously. I can also right-click on my graph and invert data. Won't really help me with my report here, but you can invert data in a chart or graph. You can sort by specific information, move the location of your legend. You can change the theme. If you don't like the color scheme that you have currently, you are able to change that. If you like more subdued tones, you could change it to sandstone. Whatever you'd like to view that in, you can change the theme. You also have the ability to change the type of graph that you are viewing. So if you want to view these results in a linear graph or chart, you can do that by clicking on that chart type. You can change that back by just clicking. Now you can move off of those interactive selections, and if you're happy with the view of your report and you want to view this report in the future the same way, you can save the changes to the existing report or graph. You can change them as a new instance or a copy of the initial report or graph, or you can save the changes so that every time you run the report or graph, you see it this way. Anyone else who runs it would see it as the initial report was set up. If you do create your own user view or report, it doesn't create a copy. It doesn't affect the initial report. It only affects the way that you view it when you run it or execute it. And you can delete that view at any time by coming in, and when you're in the executed view, just simply delete the user report, and it'll delete your saved view of that report. Another option you have is to view the report in another output format. So if you wanted to view this in a more printer-friendly view, you could change this to a PDF view without having to rerun or re-execute the report through the database. So here I've just created a new view in PDF format, so it gives me a more printer-friendly view of my graph. So then I could print or save it if I needed to. And I can simply close that view when I'm finished. Once you're done, if you've saved or you've just viewed the way you want to see your graph, simply close that and click Close Report, or click the word Insight to get back to the main landing page of Insight.